All right. So his once again.
Good morning.
Morning.
Early morning. Well,
Yeah,
on the
it's
West
not
Coast.
even 7 a.m.
But we're trying to beat the heat because it's supposed to get
Absolutely vile.
vile. Yeah, into the 90s today and this weekend it's supposed to be over 100. So we're gonna do the throwing. It'll be just mugs. Just gonna do a whole bag of mugs.
You want to get those couple of minis, man?
We can do the minis, but can
Yes.
do mugs. We need to do a lot of mugs.
Yes.
We'll just do those right now. Because you don't want to do anything too big because the weather is going to get weird.
Yeah.
We've been having lots of weird randomness due to, well, the weather can't decide what it's going to do. Or if it suddenly gets really dry.
What's this?
Yeah. Yeah, probably not going to be coming out here this weekend.
Yeah, it's not supposed to even cool down that much overnight.
Yeah. It's going to be really high overnight lows in the upper 60s.
Ew.
Which for us is awful. I know. For people who live in other areas, it's not bad.
It's all in what you're used to when it comes to temperature. Within certain human tolerances.
And over 100 degree predicted temperature for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. As opposed to just merely being the mid-90s today, but still. This is a sunroom, so it's the. I'm gonna use pressure water. That's mostly goop. Yeah.
Okay.
It's wet goop.
Sorry. Gotcha. You're right there.
Yes. And that's another reference to the game.
Yeah. Well, this is we have world gamers here. Yeah. Throwing bucket refill. Two more things left. That's. Yes, we were out here doing a little bit of throwing yesterday. Again, in the relatively early in the morning.
Relatively early. This was a February Master Journey's piece of clay.
Sorry.
It's the kind of weather that things, if not really careful crying, you can crack and die horribly.
Yeah, because the piece is thrown right now will immediately get transferred downstairs to a more sheltered location for drying.
Yeah. Probably do the handles this evening.
Yeah. I took the handles that were already.
Look at what this piece is doing. I just keep cutting off the uneveness. No, it's kind of going. Wow.
It was a lone chunk of clay, and I should have just cut that piece up to be like minis. My apologies.
It's kind of like, wow. This piece of clay is. All I'm going to do is I just keep doing this, and I'll get the. Actually, I found the unevenness.
Oh.
There.
Gotcha. See now, humidity's 66%. Checking to make sure checking to see whether or not
this one is better off as full.
Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
or it's better off as recycle.
It was just, no, there's a spot. No, it's just,
It's the whole piece.
I'm trying to get that dried piece of red off of it. Yes.
There we go.
Just saying. There were just these pieces sometimes.
Well, the last two scraps of that
Actually, no, that wasn't that bad. It felt like it was really stiff.
Yeah.
It's still just red. Like yesterday. They're just unusual.
Yeah.
Let's see,
I never
got it.
It's 66.
Oh, so it is not dry.
No, it was not dry. Courtesy of trying to let the cool into the house. It's about the same inside.
There we go.
Yeah, I
It'll
thought
be
that.
okay.
Because my guess is there's not a whole lot of people on this time of morning. It's
Probably not.
early. Today's Friday, yes?
This
Yes.
one's-
That clock does have the day of the week.
Let's do it. Yeah, because if yesterday was Thursday, it would
Yeah.
be today Friday.
Today would be totally Friday then. Once I've got a pile of pieces cut for you, I'll go downstairs and get some pieces off of their bats so I can bring the bats back up.
Yeah. So they'll take less space.
Yes, they will take less space. I did take the drawer of red handles downstairs when I was moving things yesterday.
There we go. One little mini. One little, two little, three little minis.
I only cut you 2. Yesterday you did 3.
There we go.
Yeah, I too had to look and it's like,
No,
yeah,
it's
it is 2. I mean, if you want a third one, I can cut you a third one.
another mini will probably go.
Yeah, minis never go amiss.
There's only minis too.
Very true. So maybe I should cut several minis?
Yeah.
For those.
Send things. Except for the signs. Yeah. Sending that
Armistice.
armistice. Good.
Yes, we have people who are doing our pottery on the East Coast.
Yes. Planning to go to that event, which is in Pennsylvania.
In early August, late
August.
July, something like
Late.
that. It
Set up is
spans.
late July, so it's like 2 weeks. I'm sure it's
Minis can stay here because they do not need any handles. This and Nix is inside because we have like all the windows and doors open, so
They try to capture cool air.
try to capture as much cool as possible. Plus, she's not terribly fond of it when it's only 6 degrees in the room.
Which is funny, is in the winter she'll deal with like 55.
Yeah. She's not amused with 55, but she's like, it never gets warmer than this anyways.
Kitty in the AC, yes.
Yes. Kitty is inside.
Because what caught my attention was movement on the screen.
Ah. Good morning.
Morning. It's gonna be hot.
It was cool enough out in the shop this morning that it was like, you know, when the cold air coming in through the windows, then let's put on t-shirts before we go out. It's a little cool for tank tops. At the moment.
Yeah, that'll change. We'll go down and do handles and stuff later.
Yeah. I'll check our handle count and I'll probably get some handles pulled.
Yeah. Better too much than none of that.
Yeah, you mean like the other day where it turned out we had only one spare? And that was only because one of the larger cups actually needed a smaller handle?
Yeah. I was gonna run out.
Yeah.
I was gonna like,
Oh, no, please, no. Bugs. Muchness of bugs. And a couple of minis. Yeah. Nix's preferred summer temperatures are between what, about 75 and 85.
yes.
Our preferred summer temperatures top out at about the 80. And she's like, oh, but I love the heat bath. And it's like, yeah, nice cat. We're going inside now.
Well, it's not so bad when it gets to be about 88 out here because
Yeah.
we're also not in the sun.
Yes, we're in a shaded location. We have air movement.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that first piece of clay being so ornery. I have no idea how long that piece was alone in its bag.
Yeah, and it was also, oh,
And yeah, I'm sorry. It must
that
be.
was ugly Buster Jones.
No. But this was also an open bag, but it's. This one seems to have been a nice consistency.
Yeah. Other one that just seemed to have hard,
It was crusty.
hard lumpy bits in it. It was
Yeah.
inconsistent in its consistency. Yes.
Go.
And it's kind of like, oh, wow.
Aren't you charmed? Ugh. Okay. I think that was the partial sack from when we had the teacher and his wife over.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why is this cut funny? Because it had unusual wire cut marks in it.
Yeah.
And the thing is watching her do the wire cut in the interesting directions, I was like, oh, it never occurred to me that how you pull the wire tool through the clay would be something that would not be intuitive.
It's practice.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that's so rote for
Yeah,
me.
you do it.
Yeah. Cut the wiggles off the top. And then get away.
That's good.
That
Yeah,
works.
you can do that.
Jackie comes. Morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Grab here early so that we don't cook.
Supposed to have, we're having excessive heat warnings.
Yes. The Pacific Northwest is set not so much on slow bake as speed roast for the next couple of days. At least our county has more AC than the area around Seattle.
Oh yeah.
Where only 29% of dwellings have AC
Already
of any kind.
shows you how little heat they get. But us who had lived on the coast for a decade and a half
Are going, ew, heat.
but it's kind of cool that's us because
We don't encounter much heat. Mind you, at the same point, growing up in an area where it did get hot,
yeah, that's kind of oh yeah, this you.
it's like, okay, yes, they use those old skills, and the ones that we also use at hot events.
Yeah.
I forgot the screen door was locked. Our load of pottery.
Yeah. And, oh. One more little minute. Good morning. Yeah, I'm throwing early this morning. It's supposed to get really hot. Doing little some minis there, 2 4-ounce cups. And I'm gonna be doing a bunch of mugs. And with the weather, I'll probably be putting handles on the mugs later today. Opposed to in the winter where it's, well, maybe in about 3 or 4 days. Or if it's really wet, maybe 5 or 6. And now it'll be, instead of days, it's going to be hours. Doing is taking them, after they're thrown, taking them down to the garage where it's a little bit more insulated. I'm excited to start on the next round of jewelry pieces this weekend. I'm planning on doing a couple of the Tudor roses this year. Oh, that look cool. Yeah, definitely share pictures of them once you get them done. It's always exciting to be doing new pieces. I've really been enjoying doing the cabochons. Okay, stop. Wait. I'm gonna behave to do that. People with nice thick long hair, the hair picture show up real good. morning. Yeah, we're streaming a little bit earlier this morning than usual.
It's gonna be hot.
I was in here, saw on the social medias this morning that the local farmers market is not going to be open this weekend due to heat, and it's kind of whoa, which is it's a good thing. It's crazy. Of course, this is the Pacific Northwest, and people aren't used to temperatures when they get much over like 85, 90. Supposed to be in the upper 90s today, and then hundreds for the next 3 days after that. So, you'll be inside hissing at the weather outside. Slide that onto the shelves there. Sarah's downstairs getting the stuff that we threw yesterday off the beds. I'm just going to be bringing the bats up here so we have more of the newer bats to That'll be interesting to see if I run out of pieces before she gets back up here or not. I really want this clay today because it's not going to react as badly to other changes. Because, well, clay being an environmental art form, there's always Mother Nature to contend with. Pieces that like crack or warp are the ones that can't get done.
Turns out a good portion of the pieces down there are either ones that should not come off the bats because they need little extra things done, or are too wet to come off the bats still.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, isn't that a thing?
Because you brought them down there so they didn't dry
Too fast, yeah. The only pieces that I have covered are the spouts to the two teapots. Yes. Because spouts. Yes. No, what we didn't count on was the relatively high humidity.
Yeah. Which is
and I
interesting.
Yeah.
It's usually when it's hot, it's dry.
Dry? Yeah. Yep. These.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, let's see if I run out of pieces of clay before you get back up here.
Yeah. I was like, I can hear the gaps in her throwing. Must hurry. The thing is, to have space to work down there, the moms here may have to stay up here until we get some of the handles dealt with down there.
And we also have space for all that paperwork.
Yes.
you do it.
Yes. I can also go through and condense the items that are on the drying rack.
Yeah. So we'll make it
It'll
work.
make space.
But I'm sure we'll have, we need both of those tables down there.
Yeah.
For that paperwork.
And possibly the top of the slab roller.
Yeah.
Those are dealt with. That's dealt with. There's messages not popping up on screen. Let me check why.
Oh, you're
Huh.
right. Sorry. Oh, no.
Yeah. That is, every once in a while that happens. I have no idea what causes it. Now I just had to find the right layer. Image, image, image. Overlay chat.
Mystery. Yes. Yes, it is.
Turn it off. Turn it on. Play with its settings. Properties, yes. It's still set correctly. Hit OK.
All I have to say about that is how rude.
Yeah. Let's see. So it's a mystery when things like this aren't playing right. What if I make a copy of it? I have absolutely no idea what is causing this. There's nothing wrong with your settings. We're getting dear computers paid for them. Yeah. Tech helps you 9 times out of 10. The 10th time makes up for it.
Yeah. And where were you heard that saying before?
Yeah.
Makes her like easy 9 times out of 10. Well, maybe 8. Okay. 1 out of 10 that it doesn't work. Totally screws up your whole day.
I have no idea what's causing this. But why? But why you no work today? Because it's the little box is there. It's not hidden. It just doesn't seem to be picking up content.
Not my department.
No, that's my department. Oh, I got my mug and bowl. So fab. Oh, glad to hear it. And it's always finding. Okay. So how do I get the?
Yeah, great. I'll stick with that.
It's a bed.
I don't mind.
I'll get a new. Maybe if I pick up a new in-bed coat. Okay. No, you look like you're the same. Don't know. It's a mystery.
But we can see the messages.
We can see the messages because we have it up in the Restream chat viewer. I'm so excited to start on the next round of jewelry pieces this weekend. I'm planning a couple of Tudor roses as hairpins.
And the people with the long, thick hair, how pretty that would be.
Yeah. I have long hair. It's not terribly thick, but yeah. Or for that matter, the Elizabethan hairpins. The hat pins.
The hat pins, yeah.
There's ours. Good morning. And no, chat is not appearing on screen. We're not entirely sure why, but we do have it up over here. It's Poke's program. checked all the places. I have no idea. Yeah. Let's see. Will be.
So how's the weather for everybody else this morning? You're supposed to have the really mild weathers, which is why we're out here so early. So maybe I think, oh well, it's a little early. People seem to be on.
Ah! I found a refresh cache button. I think I fixed it.
Yay.
Yes! I fixed it! I found a new button! Yay! Fixed chat! Yay! There's a refresh cache button. I didn't know that was down there. It was below.
It is well done. Yes. Yes, sir. That was well done.
I have, and it's one of those things that's no. I don't have a case of any formalized training in playing with this program.
And because
Yay!
Christopher, who is
A lot of the streamers don't. They poke at it until it works.
Here's the program that they use. Maybe you can try that.
Yeah. And OBS is free software, which a good portion of the software we use when possible. It's like the file uploader that I use to get the website files onto our server. It's free software.
Yeah.
And those ones, that software updates like at least once a month.
Really? Wow.
OBS probably about once every 6 months they upload and they do an update. OBS is open broadcasting software. It's open source. Oh, I wanted to bring up some clay to pull handles out of. That was the other thing I wanted
You
to
got
do.
another. Yay! It's always nice to be able to see the chat there.
Yeah. It's like, come on, chat. I'll have to remember that next time it doesn't pop up. There's a refresh cache. Have you tried? His first thing to do is try turning it off, and turning it back on again.
Yeah.
Having everything open.
Yeah.
Oh, I will move the stack of Godzilla writing forms downstairs because that's step one.
Started on those. Next week. And we'll have a
Stream.
Godzilla
army.
Yes. Why are you being such a bastard, you stupid bat? I'm not a fan of these new bats. See, sometimes that works. It's still. Oh, let's see. Please. Whether people buying it for Amazon, so. These things dry this time of year.
Ow. That was my elbow.
It's okay, have one on the other side.
Locked it on the door frame.
Does the door frame okay? Let's just your elbow, not your head. So it should be fine.
Yeah. And last time I was in the attic, I did not clock my head on one of the beams.
Well, that's good.
It's where we store our shipping materials, is in the attic. Because, yes, over the course of the past year, we've started getting freight deliveries of packing supplies.
Company does not like
Oh no, they just like delivering here. It makes them very grumpy.
And then we call it Uline. And then Uline gets grumpy with the delivery service.
Yes.
Because it's supposed to be next day.
And
3 days later.
yeah.
And it's kind of
Excuse me. You are going to get us our shipping supplies, right?
we're still used to things taking a couple weeks to get here, so. Because if you live on the coast,
Nothing gets to you quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's only. How does
We
it
just live-
shut?
we just live near a big river.
Yes. Oh, these handles are a little dry. The bag wasn't full, was open.
I think the older bags after a while, they don't always close,
Yeah.
is what it is.
We'll probably have to do fresh bags soon.
Ziploc bags.
Yes. Because this is how handles get stored before being put on their cups. Because that way we can have spares and they don't go in the waste bucket when you're done.
Which is always good.
Oh, wait, no, before I get to pulling handles, I need to cut more clay for you.
Yeah. You know what? It just occurs to me, we didn't have breakfast before we came out.
No, we didn't, did we? We were in such a rush to get throwing done before it got warm.
Yeah.
And also that way we have everything open for as long as possible to couple hours. Draw in the cooler air before it gets warm outside.
This is like old record.
Something seriously wrong with your record if it's making that kind of
No,
sound.
and you get towards the end because
Ah.
of the kid and go. And then it was
Ah. Last time we played a record was when I was like still in early grade school.
Yeah. Still have all the records.
Oh yeah.
Even have something to play it on if
Yeah.
we're ever to hook up speakers.
Yes. Might be tricky to hook speakers up to that thing.
Somebody who knew what they're doing.
Somebody who could do the wiring?
Yeah, because it's an old record player.
It's a record player that's a piece of
that's
furniture.
Yeah. It's a 4-speed. It has 16 all the way up to 78. 16, 33 and a third, 45 and 78.
So it's multi-format.
Yeah. But,
Also means you can play records at not their normal speeds.
I had a kid record player when I was a little kid, which had all 4 speeds. It was really funny to play the records at a different speed.
I would
Because
turn
I
any music into the Chipmunks.
Record player from my older cousins, so it was old when
you got it.
yeah.
Okay, there's another 4 mug size pieces. Do you want any more?
I don't know what ever happened to it.
Do you want any more mini size pieces?
I do some more minis. I think it may have been a collector's item. I think somebody sold it. Because I would have known if something had happened to it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, because it had the nice wood case. It was solid wood. Nothing was going to happen too easily.
No. Those one things were built to last.
Yeah. The reason why I know it was solid wood because some of the corners kind of worn and you could see the wood.
Minis, you have 5 minis over there right now. Well, do you want to bring it up to an even 8?
Sure.
Okay. And you're working on mug 7. 8. You're working on mug 8. Do you want to keep going until your arms get tired?
Do my arms fall off?
No, not till your arms fall off. I said get tired.
But you paused.
So you added the, most horrible interpretation there. Move scale over here so we can put a board to do that. More water coming up. Ugh. Playing my particle this morning. Going all the directions. Yep.
You know what? That water isn't very cold.
No, it's not. And
Because
it's
it's
the same
like-
way with the hindrance water over there. It's like, this water is
Yeah.
not cold.
No, it's the fact that it feels warmer than current ambient temperature. Kind of
Yeah.
That's one of those. It's,
Well, that's not terribly pleasant.
it is what it is. Which is why we're throwing now.
Yep. 6, 4, come down here.
That's how I say we are throwing. Yes. It's kind of.
I am playing assistant.
Yes. No, but it's kind of. No,
It's a two. You're the one physically doing the throwing. I'm doing all the throwing associated activities that aren't the throwing.
But I
Like
think that is-
moving stuff away so you have more space, getting you cut pieces. Or how many
Nobody's
corners
more
off your pieces?
Oh, come on. Thank you.
Yeah, this table's just not terribly steady anymore, is it?
Which is well, the table.
Is like 17, 18 years old.
More than that, because it wasn't new when we started using it for the business.
You're right. When it was pressed into service.
Yes. That was.
And it's here in the shop because it's too rickety to have in the booth anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't this one the one with the torqued leg?
It might be. Or it might not be. It doesn't look like it's like
No.
but that one has urethane on it, and paint, and
It's one of the ones that we're at a location where it's important that we write our name on the side of the table. Yeah. It's got the silver Sharpie.
yeah.
It's got running tongue on the sides.
So I needed to borrow a table for something.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was. Oh, was it when we were, no, because we used all our tables. And it was other merchants who lent tables for the emergency donation only coffee booth.
Yeah.
It was an absolute need that there be a coffee booth at this long
It was
event.
AW.
Yes. And well, there one group donated the use of a propane powered coffee brewer. 3 merchants lent tables. Another one
We let the
pop up.
and there was a couple people that donated other things. We had
Another branch donated their tea supply, which they actually got back with interest because we had plenty of other donations of tea
well, it was
and coffee.
kind of that I got the idea because they did fundraiser at one of the rest stops
Yes.
of a
No.
coffee booth.
Clay love.
And it's kind of like, but yeah. And then that group got to be the recipient of the money that was raised.
Yes.
Well, we needed someone who would actually,
I will take this one that direction. He does not have handle.
yeah. And then someone lent an ice chest. Went to the store and got ice and the milk, fresh milk. We had all the different
Another
condiments for
person-
coffee.
A couple people donated stuff that could then be used for Italian sodas. We had the syrups to flavor things. It got to be an extremely elaborate little coffee booth.
He had it. Today's was it $300, $500?
600.
600. I heard it was.
We were shocked. The branch that was getting the money was shocked. Because it's not like we, it was what? The $1 suggested minimum
Donation. And is you put the money
in the jar.
in the jar. Some people would put a handful of change.
Other people would
Put
go,
in $20 bills.
it's like, this will be good for the event. Yes?
Yes. And
Mine-
the next morning they do the same thing all over.
Yes.
Put it with a pit. We'd fill up whatever size cup. Some of them are huge.
Yes.
Are you sure? Yeah. Here.
Some of them were big 30-ounce mugs. Other people had like little 10, 8 or 10
We
ounce
did
mugs.
have a supply of styrofoam cups.
For those that came without any cups at all.
Yeah.
Those came with the tea supply.
Yeah.
Mind you, and they were hoping that we'd get rid of all of them, and it turns out that enough people actually had cups of their own, and somebody brought by paper cups as well.
Yeah.
We had such a
I did
lot
put
of
a whole-
donated materials.
Oh yeah, because we'll did the thing on Facebook about okay, we're looking for donations for coffee booths for the donation only to benefit the barony of Terra Primaria.
Yes. And yeah, the number of supplies. The profit was 600,
Yeah, it was 600 profit.
not total proceeds.
Well, it was 580 something. But one of the members of that barony,
It should be a round number and donated up.
you know, it was like 10, 12 bucks. But still.
Yeah. Just to make it that round, nice round number.
And yeah. So it was the joke, how many merchants did it take
To run a coffee booth.
and the count was 6.
Yes.
Oh, I was the merchant coordinator for that event. And it had been for a number of years. People were, oh, what about a coffee booth? We don't have a coffee booth this year.
Aw, how could there not be a coffee booth?
After 2 years of that, it was kind of like,
Well, let's see what we can do.
and it was
Other
hard to get that
branches?
propane coffee maker going.
Are you on fire? No, I seem to be fine. I
You
was
look.
I was busy taking down the walls on the pop-up, and I hear this woof. Are you on fire? No, I'm fine. Apparently, you had to look and check.
It was something.
And I peek around the corner with this very worried expression.
And we're laughing.
I think one of the reasons why it went off so well is that all the volunteers who helped run it were coffee drinkers themselves, so made nice coffee. Strong coffee, not brown water.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than
We went
weak.
through so much coffee.
Yes. I think it made,
They
we
had
went through,
ended
was
up
it like 10 or 15 pounds of coffee?
And this, well, we'll just keep doing it till we run out of coffee. And then someone went to the store and
Bought
coffee,
more coffee.
which was nice, honestly.
And a couple of them were, it was people who were getting coffee from the booth. It's like, well, if I deliver coffee beans, do I get a free cup? And it's like,
Yes, you do.
The value that you just donated via
Oh no,
materials,
this is great.
by all means, yes. And having to send some of the youths off to refill the water jugs.
Oh yeah,
Because it was what, a 5-gallon brewer?
yeah.
And
And we're going to a couple of those, 2, 3 of them.
so there was the high points of the weekend where we were going through it 4 times.
Yeah.
That is a lot
Well,
of
see,
coffee.
I would be over there to help get it open in the morning, then
There's an
back.
early riser.
Yeah. And then when the volunteers, and it was, people were just
And they'd run the coffee.
This is my slot to run it.
Oh God, I know they were getting so
And it was
proprietorial.
wow.
It's my
Okay.
time slot to run the coffee. It's like this is.
And then someone was complaining because someone turned them away. That they wanted to keep doing it, and it was kind of like,
Well, let other people get to volunteer. They were fighting over who got to volunteer for the coffee bus.
yeah. That was the only complaint I had. Someone told me to go away.
There were too many volunteers. Well, when you're running something like that, is especially if you're doing it as just a volunteer, you're only doing it once or twice. You get to see so many people running such a thing. You have all these people stop by and chat. But yes, we had the hot cocoa and the tea and the
What
coffee.
kind of tea? I think
and
there were 20 varieties of tea.
yeah, there were. Yeah.
It was just insane.
Miss Holt's face when we handed her back the tea crate. She's like, I thought you used some. It's like, yes.
No,
we
it wasn't
did.
a soul.
It was somebody else.
It was from TP.
Yeah.
Oh, their assault is from
Yeah.
Adianta. It was, I can't remember her name.
Meredith?
Meredith, yes.
Taya. Like, yeah, to find the right name in context.
Yeah.
It's like, but I thought you used it. It's like,
We were hoping to get rid of it.
Sorry.
It was so amazing. We got so many donations.
Yeah.
Something she was the extra.
Yeah. Look at the extract for this special. But yeah,
She was
the
the extra. She's going, well, you shouldn't have taken money out of there to go buy milk. But for this, I think that's understandable.
Yes.
We're out of milk. Somebody even went to the store and bought it. And we
Which was no
reimbursed
mean.
them.
Yes.
Yeah, the nearest town was 10 miles away. Well, it's kind of a remote.
It's a lovely sight. It's this little pocket valley.
4 miles from the ocean.
That's by road.
Yeah.
The road
crow
wiggles.
flies. Yeah.
As the crow flies, it's probably about a mile from the water.
Too.
Yeah.
The ocean. We go into town, and the local town just loves it because it brings so much money into their local economy.
And word from it was one of the grocery stores looked at was it $100,000 boost in sales over the course of that week. And that was years ago, yeah.
And they got to a point where
They would bring in special supplies. They're like, okay, we need the fancy beers, we need to order in meat, we have to order in these other foods because there's a big Coats play date.
It was
We'll go and raid the local fishmongers as well when it comes to what is it, Friday? Friday is fish day? Thursday.
They would go and get the fish. So, if we were going to get fish, we had to do it.
We had to do it before. Before the hooks people went and bought up all the fish.
As a Kara, she'd always harass somebody into going into town to get fish.
And that's when we learned that sable fish is yummy.
Yeah.
It's that smoked sable fish.
I don't really there.
Yeah.
Then they come over to our meager excuse for a camp kitchen,
Oh, I know.
which I think encouraged Bear to want to get one of those fancy Coleman stoves.
Coleman stove oven combo thing. As compared to
Yeah.
what we bring with us when we're
Or
eventing,
one
which is
burner
a one burner butane stove.
We always eat.
Don't do a whole lot of cooking because we're busy. We're running a booth.
Not that comes there running the merchant area.
Yeah. And inevitably, as soon as you sit down to eat a meal,
Oh no.
there's something.
Well, Oscar would do his place like a pig.
Yeah. Meat pie guy.
Meat pie guy.
Is have you eaten yet?
You're the one who told me about this wonderful event, so now I will feed you forever. You won't let me pay. Which is very sweet.
Yes. There's one more menu I can do. I'll do that when I finish. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10,
How many meat pies
12.
did you eat?
Too many. That's the cheddar and steak.
We have the turnovers.
Yeah, well,
I
yeah,
can
you
eat
said
those.
yeah.
And
I
then
can't do
and the
that.
Scotch eggs.
And the Scotch eggs, which I can eat and you can't.
Yeah.
This is the spices, all of them. The
Food allergies.
Yeah, food allergy issues. It's the same reason why I can't eat apple. It's a different reaction. Equally kind of hiss at the food.
Yeah.
That would be okay. How's your arms doing? Do you want me to cut you more pieces?
It can have more pieces.
Continue with the mug size pieces?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do mug size, little mini size.
Okay, so mugs and minis.
Yeah, that seems to be going well.
Okay, and that is mug number 10. I have 12 handles here now. I'm going to need to make more handles as well. I'll pull this last handle and then I'll cut you more. I know. That's hiss. Evil. Oh, that's a munchy bat. Oh, it would work for. It wouldn't be good for say plate.
Can do it for me.
Handle. Let me do it with the hand so I can actually handle the plate and not let it get away.
Yeah.
Okay, now where do I need the scale to?
Yeah, last year
There
was
it is.
the first time we were home for 4th of July.
In what, about 15 years?
Maybe 16. I don't know. Because it was always the time before was that weekend.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, oh wow. There's a lot of fireworks.
Yeah, and then there was just everybody just, and it was for like 2 weeks before and like 2 or 3 weeks after. It's like, yeah, enough with the boom so far.
And come to find out it was just basically people in the house. Because people around here don't like that.
No,
They're
no.
so heavy here.
Yeah,
It has, I've only heard like 1 or 2 so far.
yeah. The drip bucket was starting to get close to full. So we started just dipping it out with this old measuring cup and dumping it into the muck bucket.
Yeah. Well, maybe someday we can figure out some way of hooking up a hose and keeping it out of the work or something.
Yeah.
But
Into
that would
like
be bad
a-
in the winter.
Yes, because it would ice up.
But, you know, could do that for, you know, all except for the extreme weather months.
Yes. The extreme cold weather. Right now we're having extreme the other way. Nah.
They're saying it might break records.
It's likely that it'll break records. It's like, I don't want to break any records like that.
Oh.
I don't wanna.
At least earlier this year, we had a foot of snow.
Got this.
For us, is we don't know what it is. We didn't know whether what's that
We
was
never
normal.
lived any place where it snowed before.
Okay, that's really interesting.
It's like, oh look, we can go out and play in it. Okay, now when does it melt and go away?
I know, it's kind of like
We're done playing in it now.
My
It can go home.
All the snow. My car was just kind of like,
Oh, yeah, our vehicle does not like cold weather.
and it was kind of like I go out, start my car up, let it roll forward till it hit the berm of snow, let it roll backward, but reverse and go boom into the berm of snow. I mean, the thing is yeah, if we shoveled the driveway, we'd have to shovel the road, and it's kind of why I wasn't really gonna go anywhere. I don't want to drive in the snow.
And I mean, even once the roads had melted, there were still, like bus-sized berms of snow in the parking lots for quite some time. It didn't finish melting away in the parking lots for like a week. Well, it's the thermal massive.
Well, I mean, people who are used to snow, that's one thing. For
Yeah.
us, it was kind of unique.
It was novel.
I was just glad we didn't have to go anywhere.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes. We had enough warning that we had, like stocked up supplies in case things had gotten all snowed in, which they actually did.
Air bubbles.
I'm sorry.
It's like popping bubble wrap. Not just air bubbles, air bubbles. It's
Multiples, not singular.
yeah.
As I said, my apologies. A lot of the minis have been assembled from straps cutting off the mug sizes to be
That's
the right
all.
size.
That's generally what causes the air bubbles, especially when it's towards the bottom of the piece.
Yeah. Don't put too much clay. Go. Six, 8, 9.
Which causes
Lumps.
lumps. There we go. The other mini.
Doing many minis.
Mini minis.
Get that.
First.
Each mini starts off as about 7 to 8 ounces of clay. It's that one time we had the order for 120 minis.
Oh, yeah.
It was the piles of pieces of 8. I mean, then they were being purchased as wedding favors.
Which, that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that was seriously cool. Not just because it was a large order, but because the concept was cool.
Yeah.
Not to mention the interesting thing of taking the photograph of the serried ranks of miniature 10th century Norse cups there. 11 mugs, throw another one that's 12. There's 3 more, it's 15. 2, 6, 8. 10, 12. Where did I leave my tool? There it is. Well, right now I've got 2 different bags of clay open. The one I'm using for handles has not had any water added to it, and that one's had just a little bit. What? Wasn't me, I didn't steal your rules. Looks like it missed the cup there. It's
Just kind of roll. Yeah.
rolled into the beyond.
Underneath the sprinkler.
Yeah.
Hey, once upon a time, being in the kitchen was a circle.
Yeah.
But once they stopped.
No. Which was sad and annoying. So now the tool holder. breakfast when we come in.
Because it's like, yes, your issue, Jack. There we go. Sometimes it helps to talk a little bit. This is so soggy.
Do you need a fresh towel?
I can just about bring it out. Look.
Yeah.
It's quite,
You got so much dry in your hand, it's kind of scraping the goop off with it?
it's just gonna evenly distribute. That's what it's doing. Oh yeah, I should use this big bat.
How's your stock of bats doing? Okay, well, there's still some in its stack.
But it's kind of really it's the next one. The biggest bat for the smallest piece. That's it.
That. Yeah, it's starting to creep up temperature-wise on the wall.
Yeah, you might want to go check the things inside.
Okay, what I can do is, before I start pulling this thing's around the handles.
This idea, well, we do have air conditioning, but it's to get fresh air in. But the sun's coming out, so it's kind of close to it.
Yeah. And get the fan in the garage turned off
Yes.
so it doesn't suck warmed air in because it's on the east side.
Yeah.
Okay. I will go shut the windows and then I can release the kid from the room.
Yes. That's this way. We got fresh air. CO2 levels are lower that way. The wind does more normally. There's Christopher. He was the one who wanted to get a CO2 monitor for the house. And it's like, okay, we looked at the price. Oh, they're not too expensive. And it's kind of expensive. Yeah. You don't want that thing going off. It's kind of annoying. It's set to go off at CO2 levels from 2,000. It's parts per million. And yeah, if you have things all closed up and everything, and the levels go up quicker when there's no leak, which there isn't right now. So it's kind of like, okay. CO2 levels go up, then you start getting a little more foggy and not as alert anymore. So it's kind of, oh, okay, so we tried that. Yeah, it really did work that way. Smells really well. Well insulated, got the ceiling windows and everything. kind of lucky in that part that we can't create house windows, the modern windows, like that I would pay. And it's kind of like, the local utilities district does the weatherization programs. And from what he was researching, it seems like it had been done to this house around 10 years ago, which was kind of like, okay, that would be the reason for all the nice windows. You know, the weather stripping around the doors, it's like a vault door when you open it, feels like that, but it's so tiny. Because it's been over an hour, so it's kind of, this one is really good insulation with the attic. It's like, okay.
Confused scorpion from meow and whether or not. But we did cool off the ambient air temperature in the house by 4 degrees.
What was it?
It is now only 70 in there.
Didn't cool off as much as it did yesterday.
No,
okay.
we got it down to what was it, 67. Oh, I didn't check the temperature in my room.
Oh, because that one was.
Yeah. So we got the mobile battery operated camera.
That's my bedside clock. Got it because it was battery operated. Because it used to not be within distance of a plug. And then I didn't notice till recently that it had temperature and humidity on it. It had big numbers. I could actually see the numbers without my glasses on. I'm farsighted. I have cold eyeballs. I'll have to refill this recipe.
Yeah, funny if it works. Maybe is that hanging down in a different spot?
It might be hanging down in a different spot, so. Yeah, because, look, yeah.
I don't remember that being there.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't see any loose holders though, which is what has me confused.
I think there may have been a rubber band.
Oh yeah, it was a rubber band scrunching it over there, in which case it is hanging a bit differently.
The rubber band went away.
Yeah, it was when we had to move, when we moved it for
Yeah.
showing off the stuff on the table.
I know, that's what I was saying. Yes,
It went away.
it went away.
So I don't remember whether it was a rubber band or a hair tie or a twist tie, of which there's so many of them here. Yeah. So now you've thrown 7, 12, 13. That would, if you throw that last piece, that'll be 14 mugs. And let's see.
Oh, mini minis.
11 minis.
That's probably good.
Yeah. And you probably threw a bag and a half of clay.
Yeah.
And that was after throwing 3/4 of a bag yesterday.
Yeah. With this weather, we won't be able to do a fire
Until it cools back down. Yeah. Or else we'd risk frying the electronics on the kiln.
That's a bad thing.
Once the sorry.
No one who hit you.
Oh no,
Yeah.
15 cups. There's one on that top shelf. I missed one.
Oh, okay.
There's one up there on the third shelf.
Now I see.
Go, 2 more handles, and sit like that. Thank you. Talking to the clay helps. It's kind of like talking to computers or any other inanimate object.
And tall cup.
Tall cups are cool.
Yeah.
With all the cups today, all the mugs are thrown with within about 2 ounces of the same weight. Between 25 and 27.
Yeah. There we go. Last piece.
15. See through like 26, 27 pieces. It's not a bad quantity there. 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I did 19 hands. Sud. There. There's another form in here. Out. Yes. There. There we go. And before I use the mouse, I will rinse that hand off. Oh, you can put a clay fingerprint on the minis. Yes, and she has there.
Yeah.
The mugs. It's how we cross off things on the paper list next to her is clay fingerprints or stripes. Because rather than trying to draw with a pen on unsupported paper, it's just, fingerprint. That one's done.
Yep.
So, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.